Hi, welcome to math. It's April 13th. It's a Monday. And today we are going to start with our calendar. So I'm going to do the months of the year, but I'm going to stop. And when I stop, I want you to tell me what the next month is. Okay? Here we go. January, February, and April, May, July, and August, September, November, December, those are the months of the year. Did you get them? It was March, June, and October, right? Did you get them? Good job. But we know that we are still in the month of April. You're right. And April is which number month? January, February, March, and April. So 4. So we're going to write 4 dash, and if we look on here, we didn't do this on Friday or on Saturday or on Sunday. So today is April 13. So we're going to write 13, and it's still the year 2020, right? So the days of the week are Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If yesterday was Sunday, today is Monday. You're right, Monday. So let's write Monday. Monday. Today is Monday, April 13, 2020. Okay, I have a question for you. Today is the 13th. What will it be in 2 more weeks? How many days are in a week? 7, right? And if we just go right below, that's the next week, right? This is the next Monday. So this would be 1 week. This would be 2 weeks. So what would be the date 2 weeks from today? Right, April 27 in 2 more weeks, right? Okay, very good with our calendar. So now I want to see if you can do the time. Remember that we start with the little hand, right? The little hand, which is the hour hand. And the hour hand is what we look at first. It tells us the hour. So if we look here, the hour hand is between the 4 and the 5. And as we know, if it's in between 2 numbers, we go back to the first number. So it's going to be 4. And then up here at the minute hand, we got to figure out what number this is, what number the minute hand is at. And we know we have to count by 5s, starting with the 1. So here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So today our clock says 4:50. And this would probably be even a little bit closer to the 5 than it is now, because it's almost to the 6, right? All right, 4:50. Excellent. All right, today I have some coins. And my coins that I have, I have 3 of these. What are these? Do you remember what these are? Dimes, right? And dimes are worth how much? 10. So if I have 3 of these, I'm going to count by 10s 3 times, right? 10, 20, 30. So I have 30 cents worth of dimes. I also have these coins, which are, you're right, nickels. And how much are nickels worth? 5. So we're going to count by 5s. I have 4 of these. So 5, 10, 15, 20. So I have 30 cents in dimes, 20 cents in nickels. So let's count. We're going to count by 10s with our dimes and then start counting by 5s when we get to our nickels. So 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So If we counted the other way, if we added up 30 plus 20, we would know we would get 50. And then I have two of these. What are these? Pennies, and they're worth 1. Good. So 51, 52. Okay? Good job. So we have 52 cents in coins. Okay. Today we're going to count. We've been counting. The last week we counted by 2s, which were our even numbers. Today we're going to count by 3s, and this is more for the older kids, the 2nd and 3rd graders who are learning their multiplication tables. And they are, when you count by 3s, you're doing 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. So when we're counting by our 3s, we're actually kind of doing our multiplication tables at the same time. So let's start counting now. Let's count by 3s. So this is what it's like for 3s. We're all counting together. Here we go. 3. So 3 times 1 is 3. 6. 3 times 2 is 6. 9. 3 times 3 is 9. 12. 3 times 4 is 12. 15. 3 times 5 is 15. 18. 3 times 6 is 18. 21. 3 times 7 is 21. 24. 3 times 8 is 24. Then 27. 3 times 9 is 27. And 30. 3 times 10 is 30. So let's count by 3s. Are you ready? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Let's do it one more time. Ready? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. And this week we'll count by 3s. So keep practicing your 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And then we're also practicing our 3s this week. Okay, let's go on with our lesson. Kindergarten, your first lesson is, let's say that 5 of you are standing in line. And if you've been to the store with your parents, we have to stand 6 feet apart, right? So this is going to be a long line because there's so much feet in between. But let's say that there's 5 people in line, okay? We have 5 people in line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 2 of the people said, oh, this line is too long. I'm going to get out of the line and I'm going to leave. So 2 of the people leave. Whoop, whoop. How many people are left? Right, 3. So is this a plus, an addition, or a subtraction, a takeaway? It's a takeaway. So we had 5 people in line, and 2 went away, or take away 2, and we know that that means there are 3 left. So that's a subtraction problem. Very good. All right, so if we have numbers, like we have the number 3 here, if I have the number 3 and you see a line after it, they are asking what number comes right after 3. So when you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 is the number you would write on the line. So let's try, what about 15? If I'm counting 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, you're right, 16 would be the number that would come next. Let's try a bigger number. What about 23? So if I'm counting in my 20s, 20, 21, 22, 23, right, 24. 24 would come next. So you're just writing the number that comes next after that number, okay? So that'll be on your page. I know you guys know 1 plus 1 is 2, and 2 plus 2 is 4. So you know the easier ones, but remember we were working on memorizing the more difficult double digit numbers. So let's do these ones. What's 6 plus 6? 12. Good. What's 7 plus 7? 14. What is 8 plus 8? 16. And what is 9 plus 9? 18. Very good. So remember, 6 plus 6 is 12, 7 plus 7 is 14, 8 plus 8 is 16, and 9 plus 9 is 18. Very good. Good job, guys. Okay. Now, we are moving on to our first grade level. So we are doing, let's see. I was cleaning, this is a true story, I was cleaning out on my desk in my room, and I found a cup full of coins, and I dumped them out, and most of the coins were pennies. So let's say that a half a dozen of my coins were pennies. If it was a half a dozen, how many were pennies? Right, a half a dozen is 6. A full dozen is 12, but a half of a dozen is 6. So I have 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A half a dozen is 6. And then I was looking through my coins, trying to find some more quarters, and I found 3 more pennies. I found 3 more pennies. How many do I have now? Well, I had a half a dozen, which is 6, and then I found 3 more pennies, right? So when you find it, you have more. That's a plus or an addition problem. And now I have how many? Remember, you can use your fingers if you want, or you can do the touch math that we did. Put 3 dots on the number 3, and we say the bigger number is 6, and count on 6, 7, 8, 9. You know, now I have 9 pennies. Very good. Okay, so let's talk about that alligator who likes to eat numbers. He likes to eat big numbers, right? And point at the little numbers. But he loves to eat the bigger numbers. So we got to figure out which one of these 2 numbers is bigger. And we're going to make it a little more difficult. We're not going to just tell you the number. We're going to do an addition problem on either side. And you have to figure out that addition problem first before you know which one the alligator is going to eat. Okay? So what is 6 plus 3? If you were listening, we just did 6 plus 3, right? Touch math here. 6, 7, 8, 9. So 6 plus 3 is 9. And on this side, 8 plus 2. I'm going to do my fingers. I'm going to hold up the smaller number worth of fingers and say 8, 9, 10. So is the alligator going to eat this side, or is he going to eat this side? Right, he's going to eat the 10 because he likes bigger numbers. He's going to eat the 10, so he opens his big mouth to eat the 10. Well, what if I have these 2 numbers? 7 plus 2 on this side and 5 plus 4 on this side. And do my touch math with 2 dots on the number 2. Say my bigger numbers, 7, 8, 9. So this side is 9. And I'm going to do the same thing, 4 dots on my number 4 because he's the smaller number. Say the bigger number and count on 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Which one is the alligator going to eat? He's not going to eat either of them, right? Because he does not like equal numbers. So he is going to, we're going to put an equal sign instead of having the alligator eat one of the numbers. Okay, all right. Speaking of eating, let's say I have this yummy, delicious pie. I like apple pie. I don't know what kind you like. I like berry pie too. Oh, I really like lemon meringue pie too, but pie is good. So let's say I have a pie, and I am going to slice this pie into 8 pieces. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to do like this. That makes 4 pieces. And then if I put my X across, I get 8 pieces of pie. Now let's say I invite my friends over. I invite my friend Sue, and she eats 2/8 of my pie. And I invite Mary over, and she only eats 1/8 of my pie. And I invite Lou over, and he eats 3/8 of my pie. Let's figure out how much of this pie has been eaten. We're going to do that. We're going to do how much, we're going to put the letter S for Sue in the pie pieces she ate. So Sue ate 2 out of 8 pieces. So we're going to put her letter S in 2 of the 8 pieces. So S, S. Mary ate 1/8. So how many pieces do I put her letter N in? Just 1, because she ate 1/8. And Lou ate 3/8. So how many pieces get his? 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. How many pieces are left for me to eat? I have 1, 2. So Mrs. Kuzma, in my K, I get 2/8 of this pie. 2 pieces out of the total 8 pieces. 2/8. That's a fraction. So these are all fractions, fractions, fractions. Okay. My friend Lou that I invited over, let's say that he was born in 1951. And he's over eating his pie at my house. And I say, how old are you, Lou? And he says, I'm not going to tell you that, but I'm going to tell you the year I was born. It was 1951. So how do I figure out how old he is? Well, I take the year now, and the year now is 2020, and I subtract his year from my current year, or minus. All right, here we go. We cannot take 1 away from 0 because 0 doesn't have anything to give. So he has to go next door and say, excuse me, Mr. 2, can I please have one of your numbers? And the 2 is so polite. He says yes, and he gives a 1 to the 0, and the 0 becomes a 10. But when he gave 1 away, he was going to become a 12 because you can't take away 5 from 2. So he needed to become a 12. But since he gave 1 away, he can only become an 11. And he can only become an 11 because he borrowed 1 from this 0 who asked for 1 so he could become a 10. But since he already gave 1 away, he can't be a 10 anymore. Now he has to be 1 less, which is a 9. And number 2 gave 1 away to this 0, so he can be a 1. So now he's just a 1 himself. So now we say 10 take away 1 is 9. Good. And 11 take away 5 is good, 6. So my friend Lou is 69 years old. Okay, very good. All right, one last thing I want to tell you. Let's say that Lou brought over he has these briefcases he brought over. He's going to share some work with me. But let's say that each one of these suitcases have 10 pieces of paper in them. They're worth 10. Each one of these little briefcases are worth 10. So how many, and that's 10 papers, how many would he have in each one? So he would have 10 in this one, right? He would have 10 in this one. But this one is half. I made it a little less than half, but this is supposed to be half of a suitcase. If it's just half of a suitcase, what's half of 10? 5, right? So how many papers would he have if he has 10 plus 10 plus 5? Let's count. 10, 20, 5. He would have 25 papers. Very good. All right. So now it's time to work on your worksheets. So have a good time working on your worksheets, and if you need any help, remember, ask for help. Okay, have a good day.